All right. Hello, hello, hello. Anyway, today's theme is fire. There is a ton of fire going around. Wilderness fire, wildfires, I think a few arson fires. But anyway, all of California's coast and parts of Oregon are on fire. I think people feeling the pinch, or even, people up in Washington and who knows in Mexico. So this week is about fire. uh, Crazy. So I do these pictures of what I call Zen Sunday, and it's just something beautiful to get us to relax. It's not a post. It's not me going, hey, you know, human behavior, or me just kind of bitching about something. It's just something peaceful, and that's my shtick. And and so I ironically did clear skies because the sky was pretty that day, and I did not think that it was going to turn orange the rest of the week after that because of all the fires and stuff. So it was very interesting in that sense. Um, so yeah, and then Monday I spoke about, I did a post about LA blackouts. I live in Los Angeles, and there's the LA blackouts, and every time I see this, I always laugh because I'm going, this is the most insane thing, is that we're always like, uh-oh, here's the season to do blackouts, and then I'm kind of going, or go solar and not have to do that. It just drives me nuts. It just drives me nuts that people fight it or whatever. And like, so don't get me wrong, I understand the cost, but put that aside. It amazes me that people do not want to fight in any way, shape, or form to get solar everywhere. Now, do I want to live in an all solar world? Sure, but for all the people that don't, we can do it all. We can do it all. We can do fossil fuels during the night, wind energy, solar energy, water energy. Like there's a country, I forgot which one, like Belgium or something, where their pipelines, they use the sewage water and the water to then create like a hydro dam to like basically electrify their city also. So they're killing two birds with one stone, fresh water or getting rid of wastewater while powering it. And so I'm just kind of going, wow, it amazes me that it takes so long to get progress made. And it's like we have all these crazy things always slapping ourselves in the face every year, and yet we do not make drastic changes. And that's just me calling out humans. Like, you would think we would be a species that has the technology, that has the ego that we're better than everything else, and yet we do not try to make the world better. We just kind of go, excuse, this to that, and then it's just, okay. So that's funny, because it's like, if the technology exists, we should implement it. And as a species, it shouldn't be cost capitalism or anything. It should just be like, let's just do. But we've somehow not trained our brains to do that. We have to be divided and argue it and just have the weirdest excuses not to do it. And then my next post was a simpler one where I noticed, I just wanted to type in Palm Springs. It's a desert community, and I was like, I want to know how hot it is there. I saw that it was 120. Their peak temperature that for one of their days recently was 120. I was saying that when I was a kid, I don't remember, when I did think of temperatures, I don't remember it ever exceeding like 103. And now it is super common to hear 110 or higher. It's like, I don't even care if you believe in global warming or not. Once again, these should all be reasons to fight it, I don't want the world to be hotter. Like, I like the temperatures that I had back then. It amazes me once again that people want to fight it. It's like, just implement it. Just implement the solar, implement all these things that can cool it down just a trait. So anyway, then there was that. And then when I told you about certain arson fires, I was referring to, apparently there was a gender reveal party that's gone wrong, and somebody wanted to really go big with their gender reveal. They really wanted to make sure like people knew what the sex of their baby was, and their pyrotechnics went a little overboard, and I think started a fire in one of the communities in California. I think it's in California. Anyway, I don't, hats off to you if you really want to tell the world about your baby and the sex and like make it a thing. That's fine. do your thing, but I like to do it within reason and within cost. And I like to be environmentally friendly. So I don't like to do gender reveals with the dust, with the powder, with the glitter, because that's pollution. I'd rather you just bake a cake, have you know, the chef, the cook know, the baker know what the gender is, not tell you guys, and then bake a pink or blue cake, something like that. Cupcakes with the frosting. Do a box. Do it like I was joking. We should just do it old school. Like have everyone huddled around the woman, the mom, and like everyone look at her downstairs parts and just see the baby come out and be like, Mazel tov, it's this, you know. So go back to old school. It's safer right now. And then the other post was just about increasing temperatures, where it's just like, okay, you know, these fires going on. It makes us post more about global warming, makes us talk about it more and stuff like that naturally. And it's like, yeah, things are just insane. It got me thinking about luxuries. And, you know, I have my own theories, and I don't think any of them are original. There's different, you know, forms of what I'm about to say, which is certain luxuries create this world of there isn't any direness from humanity. So I always look back at the cowboy days. You know, they didn't have ice coolers, AC, they didn't have anything. They just had the shade in their house if they were lucky, and they knew not to like ride out in the desert or some open landscape at a certain time of day because it was really hot for them. But they understood life and death. They appreciated life more because they understood. They didn't have an AC to be like, oh, I could still argue global warming in my cool house. You know, I just won't step outside today. And so then you just kind of have your blinders on and you're not seeing the troubles of the world because you have your comforts, you have your little luxuries, you have, you know, the AC, you have ice cubes, you have a freezer, you have all your food. Like nothing screams to you, hey, shape up, because nothing has to. All the tech keeps your life comfortable. So anyway, I would love to get into that more, but that's a whole different segment that I would really like to talk a lot about and branch out about and stuff. So then, last thing is this profound message that I was given, and it was, you know, I was blown away when somebody said, "Don't think about it being the hottest year the past 100 years. Think about how it's going to be the coolest year in the next 100 years." And that, you know, is profound in a lot of ways. One, it gets you thinking a different way. Stop going, oh, it's the hottest year. Start going in precaution. Start going, okay, how can we prevent this? You know, all these things tell you don't look at the past. The past is gone. There's nothing you can change. You can only change the future. You can only look forward to the future. So that saying or that quote is just very important because it gets you to think, okay, how can we keep these temperatures the same or better than how we used to have it so that in the future people aren't going out in 110. It makes you think of the freaking RoboCop movie where it's like they're putting on the blue sunscreen for like 1,000 proof, you know? We're not far away from that. And so I don't get people that want to fight this so bad, like that things are normal. It's like, well, one, normal is a subjective thing, but it's like we should just be creatures that strive for better. Implement everything and stop having like the powers of be or rich people or politicians or just people that we admire be these authoritarian like end all people that, you know, tell us what's up. It should just be common sense. Okay, I don't like it hotter outside. I want to avoid these increasing temperatures. What can I do? Okay, I want to go solar. They're expensive. Let's force the laws change so that they can pay for it or whatever. It's like we have the power, we just don't do it because we're comfortable or we're lazy or whatever. So that was my thing. The world's on fire right now. Who knows? You know, things might go back to normal in 2 weeks, and I'll be bitching about plastic again. Like that's just how the world shifts constantly. But it's kind of stressful right now. It's kind of annoying. It's not fun to go outside. It's not pleasant or anything. And it just makes me think about how I posted the beautiful blue skies, and I'm just kind of going, you know, pandemic, fires going on. We are in a hell. So yeah, and it's one that we've kind of created ourselves. So we are kind of our own. I wouldn't say worst enemies, but we're definitely the villains of our own story. But anyway, See you later. Look at my torso.